Hey everybody, what's happening? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to the screen here. Hey, what's up, Louie, Druzy, Brody, and Stewart? What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? All right, we'll go ahead and get started here, guys. Alrighty, alrighty. How's everybody doing today? Apologize, folks. I wasn't expecting a train as soon as I started the live stream. All right, folks. All right, man. Appreciate it. Without further ado, we'll go ahead and get into it. This is chapter 6. It's Tucson. It's Tucson and the Great Depression. During the Great Depression, tuberculosis patients continued to flock to Tucson in search of a cure. At one point after the 1929 stock market crash, a quarter of Tucson's population landed on welfare rolls. Polio and tuberculosis were national and local scourges. Still, people found ways to have a little fun and to care for those who were desperately homesick and ill. Churches banded together and founded the Arizona Children's Home Association. Tucson organized charities formed to cope with the health and social service problems. Each day, those tubercular children who were able raised and saluted the flag. In 1934, volunteers converted the former Civilian Conservation Corps facility in the Pima County Preventorium. The Preventorium had a complete medical and educational staff who cared for children from families unable to pay. Tucson's first Veterans Administration hospital was located on Oracle Road near Wetmore Road. The Tucson Mall now occupies this area. John Dillinger and his gangsters, Harry Pierpont and Charles Makeley, made Tucson their vacation spot when things got too hot in the Midwest. They were spotted leaving the burning Congress Hotel on January 21st, 1934. The Tucson police captured the gang without firing a shot. Hello, Miss Rosie. How you doing? Good to see you. Welcome in. These two cocky prisoners were probably caught bootlegging. Tucson's longtime court bailiff, Isidore Mustatter, third from right, stands on the top step of the Pima County Courthouse. Six-year-old June Robles poses with her mother Helen Robles after she was found buried underground on May 14, 1933. An anonymous note arrived after 19 days revealing where the kidnapped child was buried. She was found alive, but her kidnappers were never found. Damn, that shit sucks. Get kidnapped and your ass is buried alive. And later on, they tell your mother where you're buried, but they couldn't even catch the people that kidnapped her. Pretty bad, huh? Just glad she's out. Glad she got out alive. Sheriff Edward F. Ed Eccles served as Pima County Sheriff for 5 terms. In 1924, Eccles traveled to London with Tex Austin. He presented the first rodeo them bloody, God-blasted English muns had ever seen. Here he visits with Ma Hopkins, longtime editor of Hoofs and Horns. Eccles had little formal education. When a critic called him an ignorant cowboy, he responded, "Sure, last year I returned $5,000 to the Pima County taxpayers." What educated man would do that? A good response. Damn. Come on now, give me some sun. I don't want no damn shade right now. I want it to be warm. That wind's cutting through here, man. Dr. Charles Mayo from the famous Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota, and his wife visited Tucson in 1933. They had just completed a tour of the Barfield Sanitarium. Tucson Cowboys San Diego's farm team made its debut against the El Centro Club at an exhibition game at Tucson's Randolph Park. Tucson Cowboys, huh? I think they're trying to bite our team's name here. Isabella Greenway built the Arizona Inn in 1930 to house the furniture made by disabled World War I veterans. In 1933, she replaced Lewis Douglas in the House of Representatives. Greenway formed a long friendship with Eleanor Roosevelt, and she worked hard on behalf of World War I veterans. It's gotta be freaking cold right now. God damn it. Theos Casimir Bernard received a law degree from the University of Arizona in 1931. He went on to get a PhD from Columbia University and became fascinated with Eastern religions. In 1937, high-ranking lamas invited him to Tibet. During this time, he visited the Tibetan Holy of Holies, which housed the tomb of the 13th Dalai Lama. Yeah, Rosie, he did. That guy did look like John Wayne. Tibetan lamas conferred on Theos Bernard their highest honor by making him one of them, the only white man to receive this honor. Over the years, Bernard made several expeditions into Tibet. However, on his last trip in 1947, Bernard disappeared. A traveling companion claimed he had been shot by llamas. God damn. Shit sucks. You get shot by your own people. Hey, Gio, what's happening, man? Hey, no problem. I'm always happy to share with you guys. Damn. Damn cloud will get out of the way of the sun here, so the sun would shine over here. It's freaking cold right now. Shit. In 1933, the first Gray Ladies received their pins after completing a Red Cross course. On their graduation day, December 13, 1933, it snowed in Yuma, and the train carrying their speaker regional manager A.L. Schaefer was 3 hours late. Also on board was the noted Scottish tenor Sir Harry Lauder. When he heard of their plight, he offered to give an impromptu concert in Tucson, and the ladies had a wonderful ceremony. In the 1920s and 1930s, Harry Pepper Charpentier, of small stature but with a big voice, was Tucson's town crier. During elections, he walked up and down the streets calling elect Ed Eccles for sheriff. He entertained at the Veterans Hospital and Comstock Children's Hospital. During the Depression, Pepper collected garbage for $1 a month with such flair that Tucson affectionately called him the Garbage King. All right. Yeah. Yeah, Druzy. In case you missed the first one. All right. All right. Good. About damn time. Waiting for that sun for about forever, it seems like. All right. During the Catalina Council Camporee in the spring of 1939, Tucson Boy Scouts spent 2 days displaying their scouting, camping, and fancy rope tricks. Trick roping was a favorite. Oh, it's cool how they did it. They had the rope tied in there like that. It looked like a flower. At this festival, Tucson Boy Scouts proudly posed with a board demonstrating their rope knots. The Boy Scouts were an important thread of Tucson's community life during Depression. In 1939, the Arizona School for the Deaf and Blind Troop 9 became the first Sea Scout unit in Arizona. Note the row of little Cub Scouts in front. In 1939, Edward Casso founded the now internationally renowned Tucson Boys Chorus. Casso, a tenor, gave up a promising radio career to seek a cure for his tuberculosis in Tucson. Here he practices with the chorus with the backdrop of the San Javier del Bac mission. During the 1930s and 1940s, Margaret Sanger, founder of Planned Parenthood Federation, lived in Tucson. Here she poses with mariachi musicians and performers at her home, where she was holding a fundraiser for the Tucson Clinic. As a young nurse in the poverty-stricken New York tenements, she saw what many pregnancies did to women's health. For over 50 years, Miss Sanger campaigned for a woman's right to birth control. She was arrested many times on charges of obscenity. Obscenity? Okay. You are kind of in the video I'm about to download. It might be short. Who's that, Rosie? Hey, Violet, how you doing? Karen, good to see you ladies in here. Thank you for coming in. Went ahead and made you a mod, Violet. You now have a wrench. Hey, I'm doing all right, Violet. I appreciate it. Yeah, yeah, that's quite all right. You guys know how to use the wrench, so it's no problem. For years, the family owl above the Owl Drug Company watched the growth of Tucson. By this time, downtown had a traffic light and more cars and buses traveled its streets. On February 21st, 1930, Eva Dugan became the first and to date the only woman to hang became the first and to date the only woman to hang for murder in Arizona. She murdered Andrew J. Mathis, a Tucson rancher. Until the day she died, she insisted the murder had been committed by a transient named Jack. Her five husbands had all died under mysterious circumstances. Damn. She's like a black widow spider, damn. All right, stay away from that woman. Shit. The last months of 1939 saw the creation of Old Tucson, now a famous film studio for the filming of Arizona. 12-year-old Grace Garcia, along with several members of her family, worked as extras. Standing in the background looking for her mother, she recalled that they were paid $5 a day and had to attend school on the set when not working. Yeah, if you guys have heard of Old Tucson, guys, that's where it started, right there. Me personally, I've never been there to Old Tucson. Would be nice to go there though. Actress Jean Arthur thrilled Tucson with her expert horsemanship while filming Arizona. William Holden and Jean Arthur rest during the filming of Arizona. Many years later, Holden died of injuries suffered from a fall in his apartment. After a career as an actress, Arthur taught at a college. She died in a nursing home in Stockton, California. And that concludes chapter 6. If you guys want me to keep going, I can keep going on to chapter 7. All right, I'll keep going. Okay, it's chapter 7. On December 7th, 1941, Tucsonans huddled around their radios to listen to the news of the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor. Of the 1,101 Americans who went down on the battleship USS Arizona, only one man from Tucson, James Randolph Van Horn, age 17, was entombed on the ship. During the war years, Tucson's urban population burgeoned from 58,072 to 122,764, and with the growth came problems with gasoline, food, and housing shortages. Tucson happily flew into the future with many private citizens learning to fly. Gene McGee, far right, poses with two friends by his new airplane in this 1940 photo. McGee worked as an electrical engineer, but he was also an avid historian and expert photographer. Hey, what's happening, Tapatios? How you doing today, sir? On October 12th, 1940, Tucson mourned the death of one of the nation's favorite cowboy actors, Tom Mix. After eating breakfast at the Santa Rita Hotel, Mix sped out of Tucson in his yellow Cord. A few miles north of town, he smashed through a construction barrier and dropped into a wash at 80 miles an hour. Damn. I like them cowboy hats he got like that, them 10-gallon hats. An unknown sailor poses with the bell from the USS Arizona, which was attacked at Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941. Today, it is in a room of the University of Arizona, which commemorates Pearl Harbor. Hard-riding cowboys were among the first to register for the World War II draft. They are from left to right: Douglas Gunter, Manuel Enos, Homer Brown, Joe Camburn, Wayne and Vern Wick, and R.E. Stallings, registrar. Yeah, Tapatios, yeah. Yeah, they do it every year. Plus, they're gonna have the the Christmas parade here through here, which will start about a block away from here on Railroad Avenue, just down the street. That'll be. I have a photo in my community page, which says what the day is. I think it's after the 10th, or I think it is the 10th on a Saturday. Yeah, yeah, it's on Saturday, December 10th at 6:30 p.m. I believe. Members of the Tohono O'odham tribe were anxious to show their patriotism by registering for the draft. Yeah, Tapatios, I'm going. Definitely, man. I'm gonna do a live stream from over here, so let you guys check it out. It's not gonna be won't be a really long parade, but whatever happens, happens. It's still nice either way. I like filming stuff like that. When Isidore Channing arrived in Tucson from New York in 1929 with his wife Anna and their son Abraham, they were disappointed to learn that Tucson did not have a conservative temple and that kosher meat was not available. Isidore asked Charlie Moreno if he would keep part of his butcher shop kosher. Charlie agreed, and on one side of his shop he sold kosher meat for dishes such as cholent, and on the other side customers could purchase all the ingredients for Mexican sausage known as chorizo. Oh yeah, that one. Yeah. Well, they make a lot of these pretty much similar. Abe Channon, second from left, spearheaded a war bond drive in honor of Bill Bishop, one of the first University of Arizona students to lose his life during World War II. Abe went on to become an editor at the Arizona Daily Star and a professor of journalism at the University of Arizona. The Tucson Red Cross went out to raise money, all out to raise money during the World War II fund rally. With so many men off to war, women took a mechanics course so they could repair their own cars. So women became independent, doing their own things like changing tires on the cars, fixing their own stuff, and very, very good. That's good. Did she take off? She went to the doctor right now? Shit. Ah, man, I hope everything's alright, man. Shit. No, she's been sick for a while. I mean, damn. First Tucson women to go in a uniform were members of the Red Cross. From left to right, they are Miss J.J. O'Dowd, Miss Clarence Wallard, Mildred Elliott, Margaret Link, Kathleen Flanagan, and Miss George Ferguson. Nowadays, girls don't want to do anything. Just kidding. Man, all I gotta say, man, just you guys take your vitamins and eat good, man. Eat that good food. There's people that just, they just want to, can't always have junk food all the time. You know what I mean? You gotta have something healthy to eat once in a while. It keeps your body going. I just hope she gets over this shit. It's been the longest time. I'll be praying for you, Karen. I hope you're all right. During World War II, Tucson women organized Bundles for Britain and Bundles for America programs. Yeah, man, my uncle passed away from that, man. That shit sucked. And he got over it, and he got over it the first time, and then later, about a week later, man, you got the news about that he passed, man. That shit sucked. It's a lot of family members, and a lot of people, man, passing from that shit. Just try to stay healthy, guys, as long as you guys can, and just wash your hands. Be careful who you hang around with, if they're sick or not, or anything like that. You know what I mean? Just always, just do what you got to do to stay healthy. 03. Okay. What's up, O3? I'm gonna go ahead and make you a mod here, man. I haven't seen you in a while, man. It's good to see you, man. Good to see you. Yeah, everybody in here is a mod, so you guys are all good. Jerf, yeah. Yeah, you gotta eat that. You gotta eat good food, man. Because if not, your body's gonna shut down, and things can happen. You know, just eating good is will keep your body going. Frequent parades urge people to get out and buy war bonds. Oh shit! I didn't even. Hey, good to see you, man. Good to see you. As the men went off to war, Tucson women took over jobs on the Southern Pacific Railroad. Unfortunately, only two of the women have been identified. Celia Morelos stands directly under number 3458, and Juana Lujan is the last woman on the far right on the ground. Some more women doing the do, man. Doing some hard work. Well, here comes the ambulance. Well, that ambulance is heading north on Haskell there. Hey, Charlie, what's happening? Tucson Rapid Transit employees posed together for this photo at Christmas 1939. In the center front row is Eric Wick, a Swedish immigrant who worked from TRT during three modes of public transportation: the mule-driven streetcar, the electric streetcar, and the bus. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get it to where you guys can see. My big ass head is the only way you guys are going to be able to see it with the shadow on it. Hey, what's up, Desert Goat? The goat with the most. As Davis Mountain Air Force Base grew during World War II, Gene McGee purchased one of these two tractor-trailer big rig buses. The driver and conductor communicated via a buzzer. These cattle cars were full to 125 capacity on almost every run. Oh my god. Here we go. It started to do that shit. Here we go. Okay, Desert Goat, you're now a mod, man. Sorry guys, my damn screen keeps going black on this phone. You guys probably got buffering on your end though. Even Tucson buses were christened during the bond drives. Note the Hitler caricature. Oh my god, man. Give me a fucking break. God. Sorry, folks. I have to keep my fat head right here to keep it from buffering. The Tucson chapter of the Red Cross provided emergency during medical training with their first aid classes, often to the amusement of the students. In 1941, African American military contingents participated in 100% of the Red Cross blood drive. Yeah, Rosie, I seen it was trying to reconnect. My screen, every time I move my head out of the way and the sun beams right in the phone, the screen goes black. So I gotta keep my head right here in front of the phone so it doesn't go dark. Boy Scouts demonstrated their method of collecting pots, pans, etc. during the aluminum shortage in 1942. U.S. Defense Department called for the collection for building airplanes and other war needs. The big cylinder on the truck allowed the scouts to continuously toss aluminum articles into the cylinder as they noisily paraded through Tucson's business and residential areas. Patriotic music was furnished by phonograph records via the bullhorn on the front of the truck. In 1948, Dean Armstrong formed the Arizona Dance Hands. They have been entertaining Tucson classy hoedown ever since. Yeah, from left to right, Kenny Smith, Earl Mock, Gene Autry, Dean Armstrong, Laverne Davis, and Bob O'Hare. Yeah, jazz hands. Earl Mock is still with the band. Under Tucson's Congress Street Bridge, the Garden of Gethsemane Park covers barely a quarter of an acre. In the 1940s, spectators watched from the bridge as Felix Lucero sculpted full-size religious figures from the Santa Cruz River's dry sand bed. After 9 days in a foxhole in France during World War I, Lucero's battalion found itself under heavy German artillery fire. He vowed that if God spared his life, he would devote his life to sculpting religious statues. In 1937, he moved to Tucson. After earning a little money, Lucero would go to the dry riverbeds and sculpt religious sand statues. After a disastrous flood destroyed Lucero's fragile work, a friend persuaded him to work in concrete. He subsisted on the coins tossed to him by curious spectators. Just when he had almost completed his sculptures from the Garden of Gethsemane, Lucero's shack caught fire while he was asleep inside. He crawled to safety but lost 2 fingers in the accident. Lucero not only recovered, but he finished the Garden of Gethsemane in 1946. Hey, what's up, Pink Taco? Downtown Tucson was where people came together to support their servicemen and listen to thrilling military music. Hey, Cindy D, welcome. Welcome in. So make sure we hit that like button, folks. By the late 1940s, Tucson had a brand new electric company headquarters, and wires went everywhere. This is an aerial view of the Tucson downtown Woolworth fire, which caused $150,000 damage to Christmas stock on November 13th, 1941. I might as well go ahead and finish the rest of the book here. What's the point of saving just one chapter for the next read? All right, folks, here we go. Tucson and Back to the Future. After World War II, many servicemen had trained at Davis-Monthan Air Force Base returned to Tucson to put down roots. For several years, Tucson faced a critical housing shortage. Over the years, the city has had to deal with many problems, but it endures and continues to move on to the future. Hobo Goat. All right. Hey, awesome, man. Thank you for that one. Since 1916, University of Arizona freshmen have painted the A on A Mountain, formerly Sentinel Peak and Signal Peak. One wonders what the early Apaches and Presidio soldiers would have thought if they could see this mob come up the mountain on a paved road. Yeah, I got you. Thanks, Desert Goat. I appreciate it. There's A Mountain, folks. And Desert Goat, I know you've probably been there a couple of times, maybe. That big ass mob just coming up the mountain there. I wish they'd get to painting the W Mountain here, man. We have a W Mountain just outside of town here, and I don't think anybody's painted it from the school. I think the last time they did that was, damn, years ago. I could be wrong. But when I look at it from where I live at, it looks totally faded. But we do have a W Mountain here too, so. Major E.T. happy, Houston samples his soda while the proprietor and waitress looks on. Houston went to work in 1910 as a fireman for the Southern Pacific Railroad. Tucson's beloved mayor served from 1947 to 1950, when he died of a heart attack. He worked nights for the railroad up till the time of his death, and still found some time to be mayor, state senator, and serve on the University of Arizona Board of Regents. Ho, ho, ho! What's happening? In 1950, future President Ronald Reagan starred as a leading man in the movie The Last Outpost. He poses with Jane Lowe Shelton and her children. Okay, god damn it. Trying to get the damn picture in there. Okay, there's old Ronald Reagan. In his heyday, John Wayne filmed 4 of his movies at Old Tucson: Rio Bravo, McClintock, El Dorado, and Rio Lobo. Looks like Zac Efron. Stupid. They don't even look like Zac Efron. From 1966 to 71, Old Tucson Film Studios were home to the popular television series High Chaparral. Um, yeah, I'm quite a ways from Marana, man. Right here in Wilcox. We're in Cochise County, so totally different county. Four country western's biggest music stars, Johnny Cash, Chris Christopherson, John Schneider, and Waylon Jennings teamed up the old Tucson for the 1986 television remake of the classic western Stagecoach. Yeah, Rosie, a lot of famous people. In the fall of 1960, Congress appropriated $64 million for the installation of 18 Titan missiles. The missiles became obsolete, and now visitors may tour one missile site under the aegis of the Pima Air Museum near Green Valley. On April 18, 1942, 16 of these B-25s, led by Lieutenant Colonel Jimmy Doolittle, raided Tokyo from the USS Hornet. Tourists from all over the world visit the internationally acclaimed Arizona Sonora Desert Museum. Vision Quest counsels troubled youngsters. In one of their programs, Vision Quest takes young people on covered wagon treks across the desert. Children now play where the early Fort Lowell soldiers marched. This building serves as a branch of the Arizona Historical Society. Up with People, a group of young singers and dancers started in Tucson as an effort to bring people together. Here they visit the Great Wall of China. I don't know if you guys remember this, any of you guys in Arizona, but I remember this group of people coming here to Wilcox one time at a little concert at the high school. Hey, what's happening? Five of a Kind Media. Yeah, so up with People, guys, right there. I don't know if you guys ever heard of them. On February 14th, 1987, Mayor Lou Murphy addressed the pioneers who lived in Arizona when it had achieved statehood 75 years earlier. You mean like Tucson or like here in Wilcox, Tapatios? Tucson military has seen enormous changes from the time the Presidio soldiers guarded Tucson. Here, U.S. Air Force personnel work at the missile control room at Davis Mountain. And In 1965, Princess Margaret of Great Britain attended services at St. Philip's in the Hills Episcopal Church in Tucson. Tucson and Louis Douglas had served as ambassador to the court of St. James, and his daughter and Princess Margaret became good friends. Hey Karen, you back? What's going on? In 1909, Ted DeGrazia, painter, sculptor, and filmmaker, was born to Italian immigrants in the copper mining camp of Morenci, Arizona. DeGrazia's Los Niños card raised thousands of dollars for the United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund, UNICEF. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm glad you're there. Thank God you were at the doctor's office. You need to get checked, seriously. Ethel Reed Maynard, a Democrat from Pima County, was the first black woman to serve as an Arizona state legislature. During her 3 terms in the House of Representatives from 67 to 1972, she served on the Public Health and Welfare Committee, the Committee on State Government and Judiciary, the Suffrage and Elections Committees. Maynard was also active in the NAACP and vice president of the Tucson Council for Civic Unity. Oh, geez, I hope not. Please don't say that. She's waiting. She's waiting to get looked at, so we don't really know yet. I don't even think she knows. In 1958, Tucson and southern Arizona looked to the stars as the new frontier. Kidd Peak was designated as a site for a new national observatory. Some things don't change. When the gates open, it's litter buck. In 2000, Tucson's rodeo La Fiesta de los Vaqueros celebrated its 75th birthday. Today, its rodeo prizes run into the thousands of dollars. Here, a clown leaps out of the way over an irritated bull. Note that another clown is rolling along inside the barrel. Oh man, good grief. I just wish all this bad sicknesses would go away, man. Just seriously, man. It's it's no good, man. I don't really care for all that too much. I don't like hearing about people getting sick, you know. It sucks, man, because some people they can take it and some people they can't. I just hope everybody's doing okay. Uh, well, that's gonna do it, guys. We're finished with the book for Tucson, and yeah, I figured I'd just go ahead and finish all 3. Shit, what would be the point of leaving one chapter there just for a few minutes? Yeah, tapatios, and the one in the barrel too. Imagine being in that barrel, getting whipped around the fucking arena there, and rolling around. Hey, Rosie Things, it's always awesome to have all you guys here, man. You guys are great supporters, and you guys are great people, man. All of you guys. So, um, I do thank you guys for being here, supporting. Um, I will probably stop by the library tomorrow, maybe, or probably right now after I get done, and see if I can find something different, to change it up. And as far as doing the Studio 128 thing right here across the street, I don't know about that because I haven't even seen Gary. Gary's the manager for the theater and the studio next door to the theater. But I hope I do see him so I can get a word with him about it. 'Cause he said I could use that little room there, and he has a green screen, which would be pretty awesome. Hey, thank you guys. Thank you. You guys are all super awesome. Um, I'll probably stop by the library here and return this book before it closes and see what else they got. And I do have a Cash App, guys. If you guys are willing to drop a donation, anything is greatly appreciated. It'll go towards future repairs on my bike, like tubes, tires, anything, batteries for my lights, which are almost out. So, if you guys can spare anything, it's greatly appreciated. And the Cash App, oh, okay, there you go. The Cash App is right there in chat, guys. So if you guys can, like I said, it's greatly appreciated. If not, hey, it's all right. I do thank you guys very much, and I hope you guys have an awesome. What's today? Hope you guys have an awesome Tuesday, guys. You guys are super awesome. We'll see you guys on the next one. So, ZG.